Hey, what's up guys? So today, this video, I think we're on part like 3 or 4 of the dash. We're gonna be dealing with the cluster helper. So we're gonna be getting it all installed. So I already did a teaser video. If you're curious about it, I've already put it in the truck and had it running, but now we're gonna hook up all the bells and whistles and hopefully get everything working. Hopefully take that bad boy for a test drive on the new stuff, and get the boost gauge working and all that good stuff. So this is a majority of what it came with. I already showed you what it came with. The only thing I have already wired up is a couple wires. These two right here. This is for the controls on the steering wheel. So when I wired up the dash in the column, I already took care of that. So the messenger button, so they're sitting right here ready to go in. And then this one's for the overdrive tow haul button. So it'll come up on the cluster when we hit this bad boy. So these are the only 3 things I've already wired in. I've just got it tapped into the white light green for the overhaul tow haul, and then these 2 are just going down to the column all the way to the clock spring. So that's pretty much all I've done so far, and I definitely have way too much on here, but we'll cut it to length once we get everything mounted. Neighbor's bumping, but yeah, so this is pretty much what we got going on. So remember, this is like the prototype, testing. So this might look a little different when you order them and they come out. They're gonna have a nice cover and all that. So not everything might be the exact same with the kit once it comes out. But this is what we're working with now, so we can test it, put some miles on this bad boy. So the only difference is, I guess, for a 7.3 and a 6.0. The 7.3 guys are going to be using these, and the 6.0 guys are going to be using these for the park reverse neutral drive. So the 6.0 only needs 1 wire, and this is for the 7.3. So we don't need this one today. But the cool part with the 02 to 04 is it is plug and play. So our old connectors will plug into here, and then this is going to be for our extra stuff. So we need to run the boost sensor. There's the tow haul button we already did, and then there's the messenger buttons that we already did. So these are the 3 wires that I already have over there. I've got to run the boost gauge, and then we're going to set up the 2 CAN wires. That's not for sure. We might not have to. Mr. Cluster Helper's still figuring out some stuff if he wants to use the CAN bus or not. But we're going to wire it just in case he wants to. They're there. And then right here, this top one's for this pink wire for the transmission to get the park reverse neutral drive sensor. So what I want to do, or yeah, what else we got too, is we had to get the boost gauge. So we got that, so we can work on the boost gauge. And I went to Summit Racing, I picked up this bad boy. So the ends are 5/16, and then it's 1/8 national pipe thread. There's a little part number thing if you want it. It was like 10 or 11 bucks at Summit. They got cheaper ones on Amazon, but we're gonna need this for the boost gauge to put in the boost line. So other than that, I pretty much want to set up the dash first. We'll get the dash all wired in, put a plug on the dash, and then we're gonna go wire up everything on the truck. So let's go ahead and get started on that. I guess let's figure out a good place where I want to mount this, and then we can run our wires, and then we'll go ahead and put it on one of my fancy connectors. So booyah. Okay guys, I think everything's finished on this harness now. So I added this little plug, and this is what's going to go on the other end. Is going to go through the body into the engine bay. So we got our 3 boost wires and our one for the gear selector because it's a 6.0. So I've got this going up through here, and now down in here you see the little tape. I tapped into the CAN bus wires right here instead of the OBD2 port. They go from the OBD2 port, and then they come up here, and then they go here, and then they go out down to, I think, this plug. Yeah, they're right there. See those 2 middle wires, the pink and the red one? Those are the CAN bus wires. So instead of making extra wires, why not just tap into them right here? And then so I've got them all coming right here. So these are going to be all the wires we're going to put into that adapter. So we got the 3 boost ones, the trans, and then the ones I twisted together are the CAN bus ones. So we might not have to use the CAN bus ones, but I'm going to put them there just to be safe in case we end up needing them later on. So I made them about the same length as the cluster wires because they're all going to the same place. So I'm going to tape that up and make that look pretty here in a little bit. But for right now, I think the whole dash harness is done. We've got the alarm in there with the remote start, all up in there nice and pretty. That's what those fuses are for, and all that. This relay is for that alarm piece too. But I think she's all done. We're finished wiring the dash. So next up is we're gonna take these wires and we're gonna run them through the engine bay into the PCM and the boost gauge. So next up, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna solder and heat shrink the boost wires to here, so we'll have a super long pigtail, and then we're gonna go mount this. So we're gonna go from the engine bay into the body to the dash. So we're gonna kind of go backwards of what I just said. So we got to get our, basically mount our stuff to our hardware. So mount the boost gauge, mount the PCM wire, and then run it into the truck. So heck yeah. So let me get this soldered, then we're gonna move on to the truck, and we're gonna put this bad boy in. Okay guys, so I got everything set up that we're gonna be running through the engine bay. So I got the boost gauge set up. I extended the wires, soldered and heat shrinked it right there. And then I twisted them so they stay nice and organized. And then this one's gonna be for the PCM. And then right here I set up my little T with the boost sensor, and I got 2 hose clamps. So we'll be able to just snip the line, slip that on, clamp it down, plug it in, run this through the engine bay, drop it through the firewall, and then tie this to the PCM and run that through the firewall, and then put a plug on the other end so we can plug it in the dash. So let me show you where we're gonna put this bad boy. So on the Excursion, you know, being a 6.0, you ain't got to do this for the gassers. It's just diesel stuff. So right here you have this sensor, and underneath this shielding, let me pull it back, I'll focus the camera. Right there, this hose, this one right here is where that sensor is going to need to go. So possibly just snip it and put it right there like that. So that's the plan, Stan. So let me go ahead and do that. I might unbolt this. Just because it's pretty tight in there, and versus if I unbolt it, you know, I'll be able to do it out here. So these look like 10 mils. But yeah, let me go ahead and do that. Let me get this in there and clamped, and then we'll start running the wires. Okay guys, so I got the boost sensor in. I got it sitting right there. I got the hose clamps on both sides. I got it plugged in, and then I've got the wiring running up here with the other engine bay harness coming down here, and then I've got it shooting down there. You see it coming right here. Whoop. Okay guys, so now we're gonna tap into our pink wire into the range sensor wire. So I already did this and already put the truck, set everything up, and then the range sensor did not work. The park versus drive just was a no-go, and I was like, let's double check my wiring. And sure enough, I tapped the wrong one. So now I don't even show you the wrong one, I'm gonna show you the right one. So coming up over here, I pulled the cover off so I could actually see. See, I thought it was this second one right here. You can see where I tapped into it with the tape right here. But no, it's actually this first one. So if you look at the numbers, let me zoom in. We need pin number 25. So you see 24 is blank, and then 25 is right next to it. So it's right next to this orange and black wire. It's this one right here. That's the one you need to tap into for the range. Not this dark blue, light blue, faded gray looking weird one. But yeah, so if you're looking at the pin, so let's see, it plugs in that way. So if you pull it out and then you flip it upside down, you get it like that. There you go. So booyah, that's it, this one right here. So let me go ahead and fix my mistake and do it over here, and see if this range sensor works. Okay guys, I pulled my connector down from the fender, but you can see I just tapped it in there and just soldered it real pretty, and then I'm gonna put some tape around it and then tape all this back up, feed it in there, plug her back in, and she should be good to go. So I'm gonna get her taped up looking pretty. But Mr. Swap Helper does include a T-tap, and you can use that, that's no problem. I just went with this because, you know, I know it's connected, and then it can make for a lot slimmer thing, so I can put it back in here and you don't even know anything's tapped into there. So it just makes for a more slimmer harness than running a T-tap, that's it. But they'll both work. So let me get this taped up and put it all back together. Hopefully it works. It will work, I know. Okay guys, I got the connector back on, and now we got both our wires running right here for the boost and the trans. It's getting a little dark, but I might feed them through here, or there's another spot up here to feed them through. But it's getting a little dark and cold, so I'm gonna wrap that up later. See, I'm gonna go do some other projects, so I'll catch y'all later. Okay guys, back on this. It's a good step. So I tapped it into there, and then for the pink wire, and then I have it running through here, and I retaped it all, so it's hidden up in there. You can see it peeking through right there a little bit and running up through there, so we just don't have one random pink wire going through. And then I have them going through this piece right there. So yeah, pretty clean. Can't really see them or anything. And then I put the plug on the other end, and now we got the dash in, so now I can show you the good stuff. So, ow, shit, hit my knee on the door. So this is the plug I did for the cluster helper. So this part goes to the engine bay, and then the other one goes up to the dash. So that's all it is. And then, you know, they run through the dash. And then I hooked them all up to our adapter, and then I plugged in our plugs. And then from there, it goes down to the cord, down to this bad boy. And we'll just plug that into there. This might take 2 hands. Let me set it up. Okay, so boom, I got it plugged in now. I think she's good to go. So this will be our first little plug-in. So this, you might change the housing and stuff, but we're thinking about mounting it right here. There's really not much room to put it anywhere to where the cluster wires can reach. I mean, we could snip every single one of these wires and extend our pigtail long and put it somewhere else, but it kind of sounds like a pain in the butt. If you're gonna snip it, we may as well not even made it plug and play. Oh my, what? And whew, that beat hits heavy. Know what I'm saying? So that's your key chime. Hell yeah. Of course the door is ajar. Yeah, I know, we need to go to the gas station. What? Yeah, we need to get some fuel in this bad boy. So, hell yeah. This thing's on a hill. I bet she's not sucking up fuel. We need to get this thing to the gas station. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the cluster helper. Let me go ahead and get everything in there. There's not really much else to show you how to put the cluster in there. You just put it in and bolt it in. So let me go ahead, let me go get it bolted in, and we'll take it for a test drive to end the video. But man, this thing's sweet. So we'll do a demonstration. I gotta put the multi-switch on there. Yeah, I'm stoked. So let me get this together and we'll go for a drive. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay guys, so I got the whole dash in. I'm not gonna show you everything because this video's for the cluster, so we're only gonna talk about cluster stuff. So the cool part with the key chime, look at that. So the key chime will work for 2 things. If you have the key in and the door open. So that's it. Now we chilling. So when you get out the truck, you'll be like, "Why are you beeping?" "Oh, I forgot my keys. Oh, my bad." And if you leave your lights on, you'll be like, "Oh shit, I left my lights on." So you can put them to auto or there. So yeah, so it's pretty cool. So you put your key in. So we have an airbag code. It's airbag code 46 or 47, and it's for this driver seatbelt. It says the bad retention or something, which I'm guessing is because of this. Watch. So that's what I'm assuming the airbag code's for. Don't look over there. It's too cool. You guys can't handle it yet. We're not there. But yeah, look at that. It says driver door ajar, obviously. And boom. So there's our airbag blinking. Count it. It blinks 4 times and then 7 times. No, it's maybe 6. I think it's 6. But yeah, you gotta check engine light because obviously it ain't running. So let's fire it up. Alright guys, so keep in mind, this is still a prototype. For testing purposes, Mr. Swap Helper is still working out every little kink and bug, just make sure everything's perfect before you guys get yours or you order one. So that's why, put some miles on it, make sure everything's working. Be like, "Hey man, why does it do this when it should be doing this?" Be like, "Oh shit, okay, yeah." And then the cool part is, let's say there's any update or anything, he could just email me the update. I plug my laptop into it, And I don't even got to take the truck apart because it does have that USB cord. I forgot to show you guys, but there's a USB cord that plugs into the cluster helper, and you can just have the USB, you know, tucked up under the fuse panel, so then you can come in the truck with your laptop and just send the update, and boom, bada bing, whatever update there is, you can get it fixed. So hell yeah. So oh yeah, and then my previous video with on the cluster on the floor, I had the wrong range wire, so that's when I figured it out. So now that we have the correct wire on the pin 25 on there, my park reverse neutral drive works. So it's pretty sweet. And the boost gauge works. Oh yeah, we got our headlights on. Oh, popping curbs. Going to drive. Alright, so the cool part too is these things work. So you go boop, 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 boop. My bad. You got your turn signals. So the cool part with the column helper is it has the tap to pass. So if you hit this, if you just give it a little bump, it'll blink 3 times. So if you're switching lanes, you can just give it a little bump, and that's it. Versus like a relay pack doesn't do that. So, or you can flip it on and it stays on, you know, until you turn, like that. So that's pretty cool. And, you know, you got your little high beam indicator, so hell yeah. And then you got your boost gauge thing up there. It does work. You know, everyone want to know about the boost. Oh shoot, there's a car coming. We got a car coming. And then we'll go. But yeah, everything's working on here pretty sweet. You got your little menu. And so this is in kilometers. This truck is going up to Canada, so we're not really doing 40 around the neighborhood, just FYI. But I know you all want to see that little boost gauge working. Yeah, boy. Pretty cool. Hells to the yes. Flip another blinker on just cause we can. This thing got a little tire rush. I think she got 35s or something. But yeah, yeah, pretty cool. You got your reverse, neutral, drive, and all the good stuff. But hell yeah, guys! I mean, this thing's freaking awesome. Let's see, turn the brakes down a little bit. Look at that thing. The thing looks sweet. So now some of these don't work like that. I mean, the truck doesn't have the sensors in the truck to measure the angle of the truck, so that don't work. But, you know, hey, beggars can't be choosers. And how often are you really using that? So, I mean, the trip does work. So if you want to go ahead and hold and reset, boom. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's freaking awesome, guys. So hells to yes. So turn your truck off, and then it's gonna stay like that. I think it's 30 seconds. And that's how it should be. So you could check the mileage and stuff on like a real 6.7 and everything. So let's see. Whatever. We'll play with some other stuff. So let's say you leave your headlights on. Oh shit, my bad, B. But hell yeah. So pretty sweet, guys. And it also works with the remote start too. So maybe I'll show you that real quick. This guy's got a remote start on it. Let's see, let's lock it. Ooh. Yeah, look at that thing in there. Start, baby, start. So it's... Hell yeah. It's pretty cool. So. Pretty cool. So. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for the cluster helper. Yeah, everything's sweet. I've been driving the truck for a couple days. Everything's working great. So other than that, I'm gonna catch you all later. You know, stay tuned for some more cluster helper videos coming out. This is just a prototype, so it's not a finished product, but it's pretty freaking sweet. So I'll catch you all later.